Yeah.
You're live. Hello, everybody. How are you? This is Ziad speaking. I'm an international teacher. Sorry, I've been teaching at international colleges now for 8 years. Exactly, I teach at Cambridge schools, and my subject it is igcse, English as a first language. So during this period, I have found that there are uh, many difficulties for students here to find out here or to write about, especially stories, to write stories. Stories, as you know, that it is narrative writing. So I have created my five tips in which I advise students to follow them. Your story, it is your creation, it is your imagination. So this is on the one hand. It means here uh, you must close your eyes in order to create your story, to create your characters, to create the plot, to create the resolution, to create as well the events and the tension, and all of them we are learning them in class. At the same time, students as well should practice this in order to get an idea and to learn more techniques, especially when talking about figurative language and about effective language, to have their own touch, to have their to achieve efficient writing. Okay, but here, how can we make a good story? How can we make an attractive story? How can we make an A plus score in IGCSE English? Actually, as I told you, I've done five tips and I have prepared five tips for students to follow them. The first thing, what is it? It is about the four P's of narrative writing. As you know that there are four P's in marketing, which are price, promote, publicity, and place. There are as well the four P's in which I have created them in order that students can make as well their auto correction. So the student is going to ask himself, did I use this? Did I use this? And did I use this? So the four P's here to don't make it longer. First of all, let's start with the most important one, which is the use of vocabularies. Do you use enough vocabularies? I think most of the students, when they write narrative writing, they know that vocabularies is very efficient in narrative writing, so they use vocabularies. So this is maybe the first P. Powerful vocabularies. You must use a powerful vocabulary to create an image. The second one, even I've written them on the board, it is the powerful verbs. When we are talking about some characters, and I advise you not to make a lot of characters, two, three maximum, so that you don't confuse your assessor, because your goal is to impress your assessors, your Cambridge assessor, especially in your writing. So I said powerful verbs. So please don't write look, see, eat. Try to change them into swallow instead of eating. Okay, when we are talking about, let's say, adventure stories or whatever, instead of writing look, you can write stare or gazed. Okay, you can write as well look fixedly better than looked. Okay, so verbs of actions as well should be powerful, and you must count them minimally. In every essay, you are going to write five extra verbs or 5 extra powerful verbs, let's say. The third P, it is the use of adverbs. Adverbs as well play a very important role when talking about the variation of your sentences. Don't start your sentences like usual ones. Try to vary your sentences. Use a wide range of sentences structure, like starting your sentence with a gerund, ing form, or starting with an adverb simultaneously, meanwhile, subsequently, promptly. Those are very effective adverbs to create an image and to show your techniques and abilities for your assessor. So this is the third P. When talking about the 4P, it is the use of colloquial expressions. What does mean colloquial expressions? Colloquial expressions are mainly the language used by, especially which is not a formal language, so it is, let's say, vernacular or sometimes the native language, which I can say, for example, it costs me an arm and a leg, or it is raining cats and dogs, or he was dragging his heels, some of the examples, or he got maybe banana, like these colloquial expressions are very important as well in your writing, in narrative writing. Is it clear? So this is the first technique of narrative writing. The second one, what is it? The second tip I can tell you about create suspense. The creation of suspense is very important so that you don't make a stereotyped story, like you say long time ago, or once upon a time, try to remove these cliche or these stereotypes. They are not here important, and they are not effective, okay? Because most English teachers, they know these initial or starting sentences. So here, suspense can be created here in your paragraphs, as well as the variation of your sentences. When you write short sentences, it means that the actions are quick. When you write long sentences, sorry, it means that the actions are long. So vary your sentence as well between short sentences and long sentences. This is on the one hand. Suspense as well is created by making here movements inside every paragraph that the reader or your assessor is going to be eagerly waiting or curious to wait what is going on after. So make suspense, make him curious about what you are going to write after these events, okay? And try to make suspense every time. And the suspense as well should be different of the one in which the writer is trying to make here, because everyone is going to make or to guess what do you want to achieve. So be always different from what they are expecting. Is it clear? Make your writer or reader, sorry, suspicious about your story. Okay, so creating your suspense is very important in your story. So you are going to move from writing cliche into making stereotype touch, into making, sorry, your own touch, not stereotyped one. So this is the second tip. The third tip, it is the importance of conversation. And as I said, the variation of sentence. But here, when we talk about the conversation has two roles. First of all, it makes your story like a vivid one, because your role is to make your imaginative or creative story into a vivid one, which is like the reality. So here, the conversation is going to be like giving description of the characters. Okay, as I told you, don't make a lot of characters, just two, three are enough. At the same time, try to make the variation of your speech verbs. Speech verbs should be varied. When we say, for example, he murmured, let's say silently. or he screamed nervously, or he, for example, whispered smoothly. Okay, those are very important when describing the character because they are going to give an idea about the characteristics of your characters. At the same time, here, try to vary your speech marks according to their position. For example, I say, I am Luis Mendez, she said. I am the owner of this company, she added. Okay, so the variation of your speech verbs is very important as well. The fifth and last tip of your writing, it is about the structure of your story. Make a structure of your story, and I advise students to make like the way of paragraphs. In every paragraph, this paragraph it is about the description of the character. This paragraph it is about the description of the atmosphere. This paragraph is about the description of the setting, and so on. Okay, so my video has finished for today. I hope that you enjoyed, and I hope that I have given you some tips about how to make good, effective narrative writing. Okay, bye.